I now call the meeting of the Albert Gallatin School Board to order. We'll all stand for a moment of silent meditation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call of officers.
Mike Dunham.
Here.
Mrs. Mosier here. Mr. Paul Dunham. Mr. Howard.
Here.
Mr. Kowalski.
Here.
Mr. Kaminsky.
Here.
One absent. Mrs. Frank.
Here. We're going to begin with some items with public forum. First, I'd like to hear from Randy Wilson, Mr. Wilson with the Fireman's Essay winners.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here this evening, and we're going to honor 4 individuals from Albert Gallatin North for their essays. They submitted essays to various competitions, and their essays were selected, and they were honored at banquets, and they were also honored through our school as well. But we wanted to bring them here this evening to acknowledge them one more time. And I would first like to start with a young lady who guided these 4 individuals. And she works at Albert Gallatin North. That's the 7th grade ELA teacher, and that's Miss Paula Chicchio. Would you please stand up and be acknowledged, ma'am? Every year she does an awesome job to guide these young people. And I don't think all of our recipients are here this evening, but if you are here when I call your name, please come forward. Our first essay was the Fayette County Fireman Prevention Essay Association contest. And we had 2 recipients there. There were 737 entries, and they only selected 45 winners. So, Kaylin Darnell, 7th grade daughter of Rayanne Ansel, was our first awardee. Able to be here this evening. Our second awardee was Sarah Nuttall, and she's the daughter of Eric and Muriel Nuttall. I don't think she's in attendance this evening, but please give her a hand as well. Our next awardee was awarded with the winners of the Young Writers Essay Contest. There were over 10,000 entries, and they select winners regionally. And this young lady is a very unique young lady. She has a lot of skill in writing. Her name is Isabel Foster, and she's the daughter of Justin and Laura Foster. She's very shy. She's very shy. Congratulations. I'm so proud. Stay right here. Our next recipient was Addie Rodehaver. And Addie is the daughter of Timothy and Lori Rodehaver. She was not able to attend this evening, but please join me in acknowledging her. I'm so proud of all of our students at Albert Gallatin North, and especially these 4, and Miss Paula Chicchio. Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to turn the program over to Mr. Gillo, Principal at Albert Gallatin South.
Mr. Wilson,
Sir.
we would like to get a picture with you, Ms. Rodehaver, Mrs. Paula Chicchio. We put on our social media page.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. So we'll wait till Mr. Gillo goes and we'll picture.
Good evening. I too also want to recognize the Albert Gallatin South students who won the Fayette County Firemen's Association Essay Contest. I do not think any of them are in attendance, but if you are, please come forward. Riley Metz, 6th grade student. Riley here. Please acknowledge her. Abia Rabbits, she's also a 6th grade student from South. Elizabeth Dice, she's an 8th grade student. And Anna O'Neill.
I'll stop at Albert Gallatin North and South and get pictures with the students with the essay letters, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Would they like to shake your hand real quick?
Yes, please.
Now I'd like to give the floor to the Fayette County Farm Bureau. That's Mr. Joe Kasanko and Dawn Dutchko, please.
Vice President of the County Farm Bureau, and I'm the head of the Women's Leadership Committee. Every year we have a book sale. We put out a book, we publish a book about farming. So we want to give you guys 5 books, one for each of your elementary schools. Okay, and I have those here. And then the other thing we wanted to invite you guys to do is our safety contest. Every year we have a safety contest, and the winners, if they're picked at the state level, get to come to our convention in November in Hershey. It's the theme this year is Be Safe, Don't Pass. So for children ages 4 to 6, we have a coloring page. 7 to 12, we have a poster drawing contest, and 13 to 18, we have a photo contest. And I have a release form for a photo contest. So I brought 2 of the older students and then 5 for each. You know, you can send people, whoever you want to put that up in your school districts. When I put my number on, they can contact, they can contact me, and come and pick them up, or however you want to do that. Once the kids, color or whatever they want. So,
Thank you.
thanks very much.
We can have that, you take a picture. We'll set up the books.
Now we give the floor to Riley Armstrong concerning AG.
Good evening. My name is Riley Armstrong, and I am a student at our Gallatin North Middle School. Students' opinions aren't always taken into consideration when big decisions are made, but these decisions have the greatest impact on every single one of us on a daily basis. I'm here to talk about how band class today is so very different from what it was in my previous years at middle school. When Mrs. Perry's music position was eliminated at the middle school, Mrs. Diamond immediately became the teacher of 3 classes. Although Mrs. Diamond is very capable of detaching from the given, this puts band students last. We are on the losing side of this change due to the lack of funding available. This has not been a good change for any student in the band. Mrs. Diamond now teaches band, chorus, and general music. This has changed our band in a negative manner. In the past, students have had the opportunity to have a one-on-one practice with Mrs. Diamond for lessons. Lessons were once or twice a week during class periods. This was a great way for students to have an individual learning session. This enables students to learn directly at home. I know personally that I rely on Mrs. Diamond a great deal when learning any new piece of music. I have not had this advantage this year like I have in years before. This disadvantage occurs because of general music. Since Mrs. Diamond now teaches general music, there is no time for individual lessons. I can see that students who grew accustomed to this practice in previous years aren't nearly as confident and accomplished as they once were. Practice and time with everything when learning new pieces of music. Although our one-on-one time is cut short, we were still guaranteed band class every day of the week. But with the elimination of the chorus position, we actually only meet for band a total of 3 days a week. Some of us will play music as our careers, some of us will play fun music as hobbies, and from the experiences and how they push us to do great things in life. Please don't take this opportunity from us. I would like to thank everyone who came here tonight in support of the band, and thank you to the board for listening to my concerns. Maybe it takes a chat to bring light to the real issues that matter to us.
Is there anyone else for public forum tonight? Welcome, sir. Please state your name and your address, and the floor is yours for 5 minutes.
So my name is Chad Young. I'm the director of the German Masontown Public Library, located at 104 South Main Street in Masontown, Pennsylvania. I wanted to stop by today to really thank you guys for your continued support and everything that you guys do to help us at the Masontown Public Library. You guys have helped us with funding for quite a few years now, and I just wanted to really bring the information to show you guys all that we have been working on and what that we do during our time at the library that can help both, not even just the youth, but the adults within the area. So the main thing that I really wanted to talk about is what we mostly offer at the library. Again, we're located in the Main Street of Masontown. Going off of our statistics going into last year, we had total circulation numbers of about 15,000 items going in between just our specific branch. We have a total of 6,168 registered users that are located within Masontown alone. We are also known now as one of the wagon libraries. What that means is we are now part of the Washington, Greene, and Fayette County Library System. That opens up the books for us to get out over 1 million books in between people of all 3 counties, and it opens that up for anybody within Masontown to be able to get any of those items, even if it's something that we can't get at our library specifically. Some of the things our library does that's a little different than others. Our library is one of the very few that runs a weekly story time for young children. Most libraries do run them, but they run them in 6 to 8 week sessions. We do them year round, usually about 2 to 3 weeks a year before we run them. We get average attendance between 6 to 15 children each time, depending on what time of year it is, with going into the numbers into the 20s in the summer. These programs are what we use to definitely push and get kids ready to get into preschool and or kindergarten. We also do a lot of summer programming overall throughout the summer years. We're coming off of our best year to date in summer programming. We ran our summer programming from mid-June to about mid-August, where we had over 500 kids attend programs at the library. These went from the real young ones up to preteens and to teens. Our most successful program we had was we had a visit with the zoo who came to the library, and they were able to go through everything with the kids with over 100 people attending that. We also are an inquirer within library. What that means is our library meets the standards to work with WQED, the television station, to do programming based on what they do throughout our library. So we're able to use the themes such as Curious George, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Daniel the Tiger, all of the things that a lot of the children really enjoy, and we bring those up for use through there. We've been in partnership with them for 4 years, and they keep bringing us back on, so I feel like that's been going very well. Another thing that we do offer is adult programming. We do cooking clubs, book clubs, craft room events, all of those usually on a monthly basis. We also offer Career Link, who comes in to help people within the area find jobs. And then we also offer free resume software for teens and adults, and offer free print for people to print their resumes out to try to find jobs. We also offer free online coursework through Gale courses. This is something that I definitely would love to speak with everyone about. It's completely free online coursework. It's something that you can go online to learn how to use Microsoft Word, Excel. It's something I would definitely like to talk to the school district about, maybe the teachers being able to use as their continuing education credits if possible. We also have free internet and Wi-Fi, which last year we had 25,000 people log onto our Wi-Fi. Plans that we have in the future, I'm relatively new as a director at the German Mason Public Library. I've been there for about a little over a year. I would love to start working with the school district to try to get all the teachers' library cards so they gain access to all of these things. And again, everything that we offer is no cost. So these are things such as the Gale courses, Power Libraries, which allows free online work for teachers and kids, and then the Wagon Library system itself with that open collection of million items. I also brought a couple things just that I wanted to give out to you guys, a couple things just talking about Gale courses themselves. The American Library Association also has a list where they go through and they can give you a roundabout of what the cost is for things that we offer at the libraries. So I went through that just to kind of give you a notice on, from the funding that we receive from you guys, what it ends up coming out to in service. And from the $6,880 that we get from you guys every year, we're able to turn that into about $39,000 worth of services for the community. And then I also just added a couple more information about that. Also, I have my business card in here. If you guys have any questions about anything or anything with the libraries, I'm willing to do whatever. Thank you.
Is there anyone else for public forum? Okay.
I would like to say thank you to all of you that spoke at public forum, and I just wanted, for those of you that are in support of the middle school band music program, I do have a meeting scheduled with the middle school band directors to discuss concerns and issues and things we might be able to do moving forward. However, the first semester, when it's over, it will move to South to where Mrs. Kendall will be doing the choral and band during the enrichment period, and students will be afforded the opportunity in the past for their private music lessons throughout the day, and I believe Mrs. Diamond will also continue to go to the elementary to help with music lessons there. So although we did eliminate a position, we are trying to continue best with our resources to provide the music and the band and chorus and everything we offered before. So we're trying to utilize our resources best we can, and I will be meeting with the band directors, I believe it might be next Thursday, to discuss some options and things that we might be able to do, at least for a half a year, possibly even offering the music lessons during our after-school hours, like we do the after-school tutoring program. So that's some things, and there'll be a lot more that we talk about, but those are things that, we do hear you, and we do want our students to have the opportunities that they deserve in the fine arts and athletics as well as the academics. So thank you again, Ronnie, for being here tonight and speaking. Much appreciated. You were very well spoken. So great job this evening. Okay. At this time, I'd also like to take a moment. January is School Board Appreciation Month, and I would like to take a moment to recognize our school board members and celebrate the accomplishments of our elected trustees. The foundation of school leadership is ensuring equal learning opportunities for all of our students. School boards lead and advocate for quality and accountable public schools that ensure all students have opportunities to reach their maximum potentials. Our school board members must develop policies and make tough decisions on complex educational and social issues impacting our entire school community. They bear responsibility for an annual budget of more than $56 million with approximately 3,300 students in our district and more than 400 employees. Our school board members preserve the core of our democracy, which is public education. In recognition of School Board Appreciation Month, I would like to thank all of our board members for their dedication, their commitment, and their service to our district. And I'll go down the line thanking all of them personally. Mrs. Carla Franks, Mr. Mike Dunham, Mrs. Betty Mosier, Mrs. Cherry Krupa, Mr. Bob Mangold, Mr. Ryan Peruski, Mr. Dave Howard, and Mr. Carl Kaminska. And although Paul Dunham was not with us this evening, he had another commitment, board member Paul Dunham as well. So thank you to all of our board members, and I look forward to continuing serving our district with you.
I believe we have a need for executive session. We have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second. The reason for executive session is personnel and possible litigation.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, do I have a motion to return to regular session? All in favor? Okay.
I just asked for the record also reflect in addition to the things that were mentioned, we also talked about student confidentiality in executive session.
Thank you. An executive session was held Monday, January 13th, 2020, from 7:50 p.m. to 9:29 p.m. for personnel, possible litigation, and security. And we would like to adopt the agenda as amended. And that is financial, line F, there was a typo, instead of 110, that should be 100. And under maintenance, on line B, it should say replacing the roof at.
I also would like to make a motion to add another agenda item. Do we need to vote on those first two things first?
If you want to amend the agenda, you can make your motion to amend and indicate that.
I'd also make a motion to amend the agenda to present a line item that the school board have an opportunity to do exit interviews with the two administrators that recently left if they are willing to participate. The two administrators that recently resigned.
So you would, there's a second discussion, you would vote on the amendment and then vote on the underlying motion to approve the agenda.
So she's made the motion.
She's made a motion to
We have
amend.
a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
No.
One opposed?
I believe the administration's already done that.
Well, I'm asking with the exit interview to occur with the board.
Is there any discussion on this?
I feel the same way Mr. Kirk does, in the fact that, it's very odd, as far as I'm concerned, and I took upon myself to ask around to the different buildings that, as I told you, I had some former students that are teachers. And I felt comfortable in asking them what they thought of the performance, and everything I got in both cases was the fact that they love them, the parents love them, the children love them, and it just doesn't make sense to me that a person in that position, we just not going to put for them.
Let's see. Now, I'm unclear on the number of yays and nays here. Roll call, please.
Bagel.
Yes.
Mike Dunn.
No.
Mr. Howard.
No.
Mr. Kowalski.
No.
Mrs. Mosher, yes. Mrs. Krupa.
Yes.
Mrs. Polonska.
No.
Mrs. Farnes.
Yes.
Well, you've got 4 yeses and 4 nos.
Motion doesn't carry. I guess we. Okay, so do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Approved minutes of the special meeting held on December 18th, 2019 as presented. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Financial. Accept treasurer's report including tax collections for December 2019 and preliminary financial statements as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Grant permission to pay the following bills and payroll for January 2020. Bills, utilities, insurance, and contractual obligations paid at the end of the previous month in the amount of $4,261,314.15. Do I read them? Do I read number
Yes.
2 also?
Yes.
Okay. Current month general fund bills in the amount of $214,107.82.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Accept activity account reports as presented by building principals.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Adopt preliminary budget proposal of the Albert Gallatin Area School District for fiscal year beginning July 2020 in the amount of $56,022 pursuant to the Special Section Act 1 of 2006 as presented. The appropriate school district officers are directed to submit the preliminary budget proposal to the Pennsylvania Department of Education on or before February 3rd, 2020. Motion?
So moved.
Move second?
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion.
Discussion, excuse me. Any discussion?
Mr. Delsey, just for clarification, this is required by EDE.
That's correct. In order for us to be in compliance with Act 1, these are our timelines, because this year, the election, and moved everything back.
And it is a very preliminary vote.
Very preliminary.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Authorize application to be made to the Pennsylvania Department of Education requesting Act 1 referendum exception for cost incurred for retirement contributions and special education expenditures. The appropriate district officers are directed to apply for the exemption on or before February 13th, 2020, and to give the public notice of the intent to seek the exception by newspaper publication on or before February 6th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
8-1, motion carried.
7-1.
7-1, I forgot Paul's number, sorry. Grant permission to set the custodian substitute rate for retired district custodians to $100 per day. Have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Grant permission to give financial support to the following public libraries. German Masontown, $6,800. Smithfield, $2,500. Point Marion, $2,500. Total, $11,800. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, as much as it pains me, I will be voting no on this expenditure, and I understand that these are good programs. I'm happy that these programs exist. The problem and the reason that I'm voting no is because we're in a situation where we're pinching pennies. I have voted no on any paid extracurricular positions. We're in a position where it was proposed that we close an elementary school for budget reasons. I hope that these programs continue. I hope that they thrive, but I don't believe it's appropriate, given the financial situation of our district right now, to be donating money to outside of the school.
Is there any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed?
So 5-2, motion, we need a roll call? Roll call, please.
Mr. Kalinsky.
Yes.
Mr. Karupski.
No.
Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Mrs. Mosier, yes. Mr. Mike Dunn.
Yes.
Mrs. Krupa.
No.
Mr. Mangold.
No.
Mrs. Franks.
Yes.
5-3.
5-3,
Yes.
motion carries. Any correspondence?
Yes, I'd once again like to thank the school board for their dedication and commitment to our district and serving the students and everyone in our school community. Thank you again, school board.
Thank you. Solicitors report.
No report tonight, Mrs. President.
Thank you very much. Personnel. Accept the resignation and retirement of Diane Uhaw, custodian, effective December 31st, 2019. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Accept the retirement of Norbert Perupski, custodian, effective December 31st, 2019. Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry, motion, please.
So moved. Second.
All right.
Madam President, I need to abstain due to immediate family relationship.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Diane Uhaw and Noah Brewski for their service to the Albert Gallatin area school district and wish them a long, healthy, happy retirement.
Line C. Reappoint Sergeant First Class Barbara J. Herman as a school district junior ROTC Army instructor for the term commencing August 23rd, 2019 and terminating midnight August 24th, 2020, pursuant to the terms and conditions of a written agreement as presented. Compensation for JROTC Army instructor shall be equal to the minimum instructor pay as from time to time established by the United States Army plus $5,000 for extracurricular activities.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Appoint Sharon Berkshire as the district's right to know open records officer commencing February 1st, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant Julius Gesso, elementary instructor, a leave of absence from January 6, 2020 through March 31st, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant Mary Communell, high school instructor, an unpaid leave of absence from January 29, 2020 to March 6, 2020, as permitted by the collective bargaining agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant Crystal Hanchett, nurse, an unpaid leave of absence from January 15, 2020 to February 17, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant Taylor Bella a paid and unpaid leave of absence from approximately March 4th, 2020 through June 4th, 2020. Accrued sick days shall be used during leave as permitted by the collective bargaining agreement.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Hire Austin Bergman as 9th grade head baseball coach for the 2019-2020 season, pending receipt of all proper documents.
Second.
Any discussion?
I will be voting no on all of the paid extracurricular positions. And again, it goes back to we're trying to pinch pennies to make every dollar count. We've got, it seems like we have no specific directions. We just heard from the band today, the different people from the band and what's going on there. Until we come up with a concrete plan about the budget and what we're going to do to save money and move forward, I'll be voting no on the paid extracurriculars.
All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed?
So that's 3, 5, 3. Motion carries. Award Autumn Ziak the 2.5-hour position at Flava Elementary.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Award John Martinko the midnight custodian position at AG High School according to contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Award Heather Lux the grade 5 Masontown Elementary instructor position for 2020-2021 school year according to contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Appoint Nathan Aldrich as technology technician for term ending June 30th, 2022, pursuant to the terms and conditions of a written employment contract as presented.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? I oppose. Motion carries. Terminate employee prior to lapsing of probationary period at the discretion of the superintendent.
So moved.
I got a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Award the following extracurricular musical positions according to contract. Can I read them all together?
What do you say is listed?
Okay, I'm just saying as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Only that I'll be voting no for the same reasons, and it pains me to do so. I know that this program is a wonderful program.
All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed?
Motion carries. Award the following middle school positions for the 2019-2020 season pending receipt of all proper documents as listed. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
On number 3.
I'm opposed to number 1 because it's a paid position. Yes on number 2. Opposed to number 3 is it's a paid position and for nepotism reasons it's the son of a board member.
Do we
We'll
have to
tell
go
you
through
that
each
my
one?
son was the only one that agreed to do that. He was asked, he wanted.
And that's the first person I heard that, so.
Do we need to go through each one of these separately?
No, I think Just to be clear, I think what I heard is on the first one, you had 7 in favor and 1 opposed. Second one was 8 in favor, 1 opposed. The third item was 6 in favor, 1 opposed, and 1 abstention.
No, I voted no, I didn't understand.
Oh, you voted no, okay, then six in favor, 2 opposed, so all 3 will pass. Did I get those right?
Administrative. Grant permission to add the following substitute pending receipt of all proper documents. Stephanie Simon.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Grant use of AG North cafeteria and gym to the AG North Middle School Band on February 14, 2020, from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. for a dance. Gail Diamond.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Grant use of AG High School and field to Southwest PA Area Agency on Aging on June 15, 2020 and June 16, 2020 from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a health and wellness fair with athletic events. The contact is Jamie Moore.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just a question in terms of cost. Will we have to have security for that event, and does that all get carried on?
If there is any security or custodial or any needs, they will be billed for that and they will have to pay for it.
Thank you.
Comment, question, is there any possibility that that might interfere with graduation?
Hope not.
Graduation is, it depends on, hopefully the weather stays the way it is. We don't have cancellations, but it should not interfere. If it would interfere, I would contact them, they'd have to change their date on it.
Is there any other discussion on this one? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Grant use of AG North Cafeteria and Gym to the 8th grade dance committee on May 15, 2020 from 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. for 8th grade dance. The contact is Amanda Chips.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Grant permission to use AG High School Auditorium on May 26, 2020 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a violin recital. Contact is Mary Kendall and Marion Irwin.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Grant permission for Troy Golden to attend the one-day 65th annual PASBO conference in Pittsburgh, PA on March 18, 2020, and will be part of a presentation entitled Starting Students Off Right, Awesome School Breakfast Programs. The cost will not exceed $250, which will include travel and registration. $150 will be reimbursed.
So moved.
Any discussion? I thought since he presented, he would not have costs, or is that the extra 150 that's coming back?
That might be what.
Okay.
Reimbursement.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Grant Dwayne Dupont permission to attend the PA State Athletic Directors Association Conference in Hershey, Pennsylvania from March 24th to March 27th, 2020 at a cost not to exceed $700.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Grant final approval of AG High School softball team for trip to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the Ripken Experience Spring Training, March 19th through March 23rd, 2020, at no cost to the district. Mark Goodwin is the contact person.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant permission for the following individuals to attend the PETE and C Expo in Pittsburgh, PA on February 24th and 25th, 2020. Chris Boland, Matt Kramick, Noel Petrin, Laura Yeagley, Merritt Stefancic, and Brandon Berkshire. The cost per person is $210 for a 2-day pass.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant approval of the FDLA State Leadership Conference in Hershey, Pennsylvania from April 5th, 2020 through April 8th, 2020 at a cost of $9,295 with Albert Gallatin District share to be in the amount of $3,339.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed because of the cost to the district.
Motion carries. Adopt resolution approving an extension of the February 28, 2020 deadline for armed security guards to complete Pennsylvania School Code required instruction to July 1st, 2020 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Grant use of AG High School cafeteria to AGHS band boosters on May 15, 2020 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and May 16, 2020 from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a band designer bingo fundraiser. Christy Brewer is the contact person.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Maintenance. Now, I'm going to read both of these and then we can ask for a motion. First choice is direct administration to develop specifications for an overlay roof replacement, a roof over, for Smithfield Elementary School and obtain competitive quotes and for bids for purchase and installation of same, including utilization of cooperative governmental purchasing programs for consideration by the board. Option B is direct administration to develop specifications for removing and replacing the roof at Smithfield Elementary School and obtain competitive quotes and or bids for removal, purchase, and installation of same, including utilization of cooperative governmental purchasing programs for consideration by the board.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we adopt A under maintenance.
I second that motion.
Is there any discussion? All in favor of option A, which is the roof over?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Motion carries. Okay, adjournment. The next regular meeting will be held February 19th, 2020. In the Deeford Swaney Elementary School cafeteria. The work session has been changed to Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Raise the roof.